Hello everyone, it's Recharger here and welcome to a weekly Diecast episode. And today we'll have two more cars than usual. Not because I'm changing anything, it's just because I didn't film them in the Diecast haul videos because I realized that doing uh, loose cars doesn't really work for that, because if I show them there's no point for showing them again in a different video. So I decided for loose stuff, probably not gonna, unless I do like a whole video about loose cars. So if there are some loose cars that I've gotten, um, like over the time, then I'll just add them to the weekly diecast stuff, and that will be that. Okay, so I'm not going to show the loot cars now, and I'm going to show you what I have, which is still packed. And well, when we're going to start with the unpacking, that's where I'm going to bring them in. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start with Greenlight. We have with these newer packaging. These are the California Lowriders Series 7. Out of this set, I got two cars because I didn't really like the other. Oh, actually, I didn't. I wanted to get the Biscayne, but which is, you can actually see here. I did want to get this one, but it got snagged right before me. There were two of them, and both got snagged right in front of me. The other ones, the C10, I don't really like how it looks as a lowrider, at least not the way they made it. The other one, I didn't like the Crown Vic, although it looks amazing as a chase, with the blue chase. That one also, somebody got right before me, actually the chase, the blue one. So as a standard one, it doesn't look good at all. So even as a raw, it doesn't really look that good. So and the Bel Air colors, it came like in these two green colors. One was extremely bright green. Also, I didn't like that one, so I got only two of them, and both of them you can see in this video. So, for one of them is this 1971 Cadillac sedan DeVille in this like golden color. So that will be. These are recent releases. There's like 2025, so. Well, it's 2026, so it's not so recent, maybe. Next up is the other card I got. I was also skeptical on this one because in pictures it didn't look all that good. In hand, it looks much better than I thought. So as soon as we'll open it, we'll get to see closer. So this is the 1975 Ford Thunderbird, and yeah, nothing else I can much say about this one, because you got all the details from this card. So that is two of those. We have one more Greenlight. This one's an older release. You can see by the packaging, it's not the rounded one like those have. Here's a little comparison to old packaging to the new one. So that's that. This is the 1947 Ford four-door, the Los Angeles Police Department, California, back in the 50s. Here's the other vehicles you can find. I don't know which ones I have, which ones I don't, so I'm not really pursuing the police cars all that much. This one's a 2024 release. The packaging is extremely big for this small vehicle, but at least it's safe. So that's the Greenlight. Then we have one Mini GT. Being this one, the Ford Puma Rally 1, number 13, 2024 Rally Monte Carlo M Sport Ford WRT, number 974. So, yeah, this one's going to be a cool one. And then we have the last two. So we have an Auto World. So I got me a recolor for this one. At least I think it's a recolor. The 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1 in medium copper poly. This color looks very good on this car. So this is the version A. How does the version B look? I have no idea. This is a 2022 release. It says a new casting, so maybe it's not a recolor for me, at least, because I only have like one world casting, which is like in that like cream white color. So I'm not sure if that's the exact one. It probably isn't. Well, so, and the last card for today's video is this one. And it is the 1979 Chevy Monte Carlo. This is a brand new casting to me. So I am pretty hyped on this one. This one comes in Carmine Poly and Dark Carmine Poly. What? Okay. Weird combination of colors, but okay. Okay, one is slightly darker than the other one. Okay. Yeah. So these will be the cars for. Actually, forgot to tell you this release date for this one is 2022. Comes in the Muscle Cars USA set. Well, yeah, that will be that. Now, which cars I'm hyped about for more? Like I already said, that one of them is this one. I'm always hyped about the R World, so I am definitely. Although it's a recolor, but everything else, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with these. Both are like orange with brown color, so just will have to do. So, okay, so let me put these all to the side, and let's start with the loose cars first. So the first loose car is M2 machines. So we have this square body. It is the 1973 Chevrolet truck. Oh, it's a Chevrolet truck, just that's it. No opening bed because they have these like very shallow beds for some reason. It says Diecasts collectors in the back, so this might be some kind of special edition or something. I'm not sure. But it does have an opening hood. Opens very well. There's your engine details in there. Nice rims. It is like lowered, so it's also metal on metal, rubber tires and everything. I think it looks very, very sweet. If it had a package, probably this would have been in the for the thumbnail, but it isn't. So actually, I need to start putting my cars to the side, especially now. Today, there's going to be a little bit more cars than usual. Sorry about that. And our second loose car is an R World. So we got this Chevy Camaro. I think it's the Z01, right? It's not the LE. It doesn't say. I don't know why all the world does this. Like, but don't put names underneath the cars. They put all the like licensing stuff and so on. But that's all you get. You got the painted details. Not the best ones for the back, but they are pretty small, like squished in real life. So you got the big grill in the front. You got the black top. I mean black mid piece, like it's like a shaker hood supposedly, but it's not. Yeah, I actually really like this. This is a very nice red. It has an opening hood. It's just that it's very finicky. It doesn't really want to open anymore. So there's your somewhat engine details. Yeah, it's like not really. Don't want to really mess with it. It does roll. So there you have it. Those are loose cars. Both are very good additions to my collection. And let's get into, I don't know, let's actually start with the Mini GT. So as you can see, it is packed, so it hasn't been opened before. Oh, I forgot to set up my garbage bag. Oh well, I'll just drop it on the floor for now, and I'll clean it up later. Ooh, that looks way better. There we go, slide it out. Let's put that back into the box. Okay, wow, this model looks way better up in person than in the pictures. Like in the pictures it looks very good, but in person it looks way, it's like very chunky. It's a little and chunky by the looks of it, but it's not. Maybe, well, it's because of the body kit, probably that's why. But the details on this guy is just insane. Like that's what Mini GT does. They do insane. So it's metal on metal rubber tires, of course. The details are very good. Lensed headlights, separate pieces in the bumper. The mirrors are like rubberized, but they can break off if you bend them too much. The spoiler is a separate piece, it's plastic. Yeah, this is something for sure. Rolls, yes it does. Very good actually. As mostly, I think I have once I've had an issue with a Mini GT that doesn't roll, but I don't even remember. Well, it's not like it didn't roll; it was rolling pretty badly. So that was that. But I don't even remember which one it is. So, but that's better than I don't know. Okay, next up, let's get into the Greenlights. Let's do the Sedan DeVille. Come on. So this comes in this new style of packaging where you can just stack them up, but I don't use that because that's not the way I display my models. You got this spin piece on the bottom, you just turn it and take the cotton model off. You can actually put it back on. Just put it on there, spin it, and it will lock in. It has this locking mechanism at the bottom now. The older cars don't. If you don't notice, the older cars just don't have that. Actually, we'll have to see that because I have the 4-door also. Yeah, this color has a nice like candy color to it. This thing has an opening hood. I don't think these did. No, it doesn't. But it has a separate piece though. There's your front details. Doesn't want to focus for some reason. Very shiny, probably that's why. Metal on metal, rubber tires. White walls looking very good. And I remember that Greenlight always had massive issues with their white walls. Never been printed on very well. There's your back details and everything. Yeah, this model looks fantastic. I have a hard time choosing my favorites for today's top 3, that's for sure. This is like matte vinyl top. It is a boat of a vehicle and does roll. As you can see, it is quite massive to the other ones. And all of this is like scale accurate. It's true 164. I think the only non-true 64 probably is going to be the John Lightning, and that's it. And okay, next one, the 75 Ford Thunderbird. Okay. Here it is. Wow, that is some really shiny. You can see these shiny bits on the front. Some serious candy coats going on here. It is much paint, like toned down pink on the camera, where in real life this thing is like super bright pink. Crazy color of choice. Also like a purple interior as the roof is, which is interesting. This front line does look weird because of the how the fender is, so that's why it looks a bit wonky. There are white walls looking perfectly fine. There are smaller wheels since it's like a lowrider, so they have to like get lowered to the ground. I do like the back lights, look awesome. This one doesn't have opening piece parts, but I'm perfectly fine with that. So yeah, this one rolls way better than the other one actually. So this one is definitely a nice piece to the collection. another boat. Then next up are 47 four-door. As you can see, it's faster to get the older ones out, but that is like, I don't know, maybe like crushing wise, maybe safer, I don't know. So here's our four-door. Not a new casting to me, only this police version is, because I didn't have this like extra light for the front. Probably that's like with the red siren or something. Just says police on the side. It is metal on metal. We have some really wonky wheels, which can be easily straightened out. They're just not fully sitting on the rim. That's why they're doing that. At least that's what I notice. Yeah. It's easy fix, just a little adjustment to the tires and it's perfectly fine. Nice model. Nice model. Does roll. Yes, it does. So there's our police car. Also, yeah, so you can see in the base there's no hole here like these do. So that's how they're made. Okay, now time for the hype vehicles. Okay, let's start with the Johnny Lightning. So we can read some stuff also. This is the Chevy Monte Carlo. I don't know, I'm going to read this because... Oh wait, the lid doesn't want to come off, so I might as well just... It was so long sitting in there that it just came off by itself. Okay, so muscle facts. This is the first release of our all-new 1979 Chevy Monte Carlo casting. There were 4 engine options for the 1979 Monte Carlo. The top of the line version was the Ford BBL 305 CI V8, producing 140 horsepower. I don't know if that's much or not. Well, compared to our standards now, this is not much. Probably for that time it was good. So that's the card. And here's the car. So comes in these 2 types of carmine colors. This might have an opening hood. I didn't read that. Does it have an opening hood? Detailed engine. So yeah, it has an opening hood. Not too crazy on the rims. The white wall is not doing all that well. Probably because the tire is not fully on it. Here's the front. Looking very nice. Back is nice also. These were, I remember, used also as like later on as lowrider cars. We have like a slightly messed up tire in the front by the looks of it, but it's not that noticeable, so it's perfectly fine. Yeah, the white walls are doing fine. Let's see what's under the hood. Opens very easily and nicely. There's your engine details, looking nice. Shuts perfectly well. It's metal on metal, rubber tires. Oh wait, this is a true 164. Do you know how I know that? First of all, it's made by Johnny Lightning, not by Play Mantis. See, 164, and it says JL on the end. 164 is the scale of the car, and JL, well, it's just Johnny Lightning made it, not Play Mantis. This means that M2 made it. Not M2, what am I saying? Round 2 made it. So this is actually a scale accurate one. This is true 164. Okay, so we have all true 164 models for today's video. That is awesome to know. Okay, so we have, there we go. One more card to go. And this is the Outer World. This is the Mustang Mach-1. Comes in medium copper poly. Let's read some premium facts. This is the first release of our new 1973 Ford Mustang Mach-1 casting. Many Outer-World castings are developed to span multiple years. With an all-new front end, we can now replicate the Ford Mustang from 1971 through 1973. Okay, so I might have the 71 or the 72 in my collection. Or maybe I have the recolor of this one because this one's the version A. Maybe I have the version B. I don't know. I really, just since I don't keep these cardboards around, really I don't want to just, I already have a ton of stuff, which like I keep. I don't want to keep cardboards around. So yeah, let's get it open. So here's our model, looking very, very nice. Here's our front end. This wheel looked, I don't know, where's the front focus? There it is. Looked a bit weird. It's still a bit funky for some reason. Need to take off the tire and check it for. I don't think it's the rim. I think it's just the tire being. Maybe there's some flashing inside it, or something that is messing with its. Yeah, I'll have to check that off camera when I'm done with the video. Same goes for the back one. Okay, now I can see the back one having this. Yeah, there might be some flashing going on inside of the rim, on either the rim or the tire. So I'll have to check this out later on after the video. Here's our details for the back, looking very nice. We have the spoiler separately. It's plastic, so metal on metal, rubber tires, opening hood, which doesn't want to stay out open, so here you go. Not bad. Yeah, overall looks fantastic. Rolls also, so no issues there. So there you go. There's our fleet of 164 cars. Now comes the hard part because like I don't see any like losers here at all. I see only winners. So I don't know. I don't really know. Like visually, they all look fantastic. There were no major issues. Like this one's the rims are so, but for its era, that's I like accurate, so can't really pick on that. I really like the M2. I really like how the Mustang looked with its wheel issues. No, it's not really an issue. It's just just a little fixer upper is needed. Like the Mini GT Escort looks fantastic, but I'm still like all of the rest of the stuff here just overpowering it. I'm really digging this guy. So I think these will be my choice of cars, but who's gonna get first? I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna give first place to the Mach 1. I'm gonna get second place to the M2 and third place to the Greenlight. So there you go, guys. That is my choice. And tell me what you think, what your thoughts are, what are your picks, what you like or don't like. Leave a like, subscribe, the usual, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.